The Texas Observer has just published a follow-up report responding to the Texas Education Agency's special investigation into my and the Observer's exposés into Mike Miles' funneling of Texas public school tax dollars to help bail out his failing charter schools in Colorado. TFS Colorado declined to provide us with an explanation of why so many Texas public school dollars were being transferred to school operations in another state. And then we learned about this.
We've been supplementing that school with the general fund.
The TFS Chief Financial Officer confirms the Colorado charter school deficit was being offset by the money coming in from their charter schools in Texas.
Whether they're in Colorado or whether they're in Texas or, whichever state they're in. So that's assessed. And then if the specific school needs funding, then the network supplements them through the general fund.
The implication that the school funds from a Texas school was being transferred to help fund TFS in Colorado. Rather than conduct a comprehensive, forensic, and thorough review of the allegations in my report and a follow-up investigation by the Texas Observer, the Texas Education Agency produced a report exonerating Mike Miles of any wrongdoing. Miles is funneling Texas public school dollars to his failing charter schools in Colorado is, they say, not prohibited by Texas state law.
Still, they justify that, lack of transparency by saying, well, they can do whatever they want with that money.
Okay, whoa. That's their answer? The T.E.A. now says, hey, yeah, sure, they took that money. And yeah, they sent it to Colorado, but they can do whatever they want. Is that what you just told me?
Yeah, specifically, they said that, they have the authority, right, to do whatever they want with their budget. And so the TA doesn't really have authority over them to, require them to disclose how they use that money or to, say what they can or cannot use with that money. Our public schools are starving, right? There's been huge layoffs, right? Budget cuts. There's district
school closures,
deficits, school closures. Yeah, exactly. And for public dollars to not be held, accountable for its use, I think people are reacting to that, and they're worried about what's going to happen at their own schools, their future schools. Texas had given money to the Colorado parent, and the Colorado parent would reimburse them. According to the tax experts we talked to, they said that all of that has to be disclosed, right? Just to make sure that there's no funny business going on. And, it really, none of that was in their Form 990 tax filings. And then basically this law allowing these private operators to, basically operate without any oversight, transparency. They basically are given these funds without very many conditions or restrictions. And so I think people would like to see that reined in. If this law allows these private operators to basically, function as they wish, right, without disclosing to the public exactly how they're using public dollars, then it's not only going to be their future schools, right, that potentially has a problem, right? It will probably be others, right? And we're entering a new legislative session where I think elected officials do want to see some kind of change with this, especially, as school districts are suffering.
Did the TEA go in and do forensic examination and follow-up as to where the money was actually being spent? Do we know? Could it have been spent on a junket to Las Vegas and we just don't know about it or never will?
Yeah, there are some experts we talked to who felt like their report was pretty unprofessionally done. Teresa Schutte, who they said led the investigation. it didn't seem like she had any forensic auditing experience. She used to be a math teacher and an instructional coach. T.E.A did say that there were others who had worked with her, but they definitely did not address all of the issues that you had brought up, which was essentially about their financial health, right? The Colorado parent was in so much debt that by the second year, the Texas entity was, had a deficit, and so none of that was really addressed, and there was didn't get into exactly
That doesn't sound like
where
a
that
real
money was going.
investigation to me. That doesn't sound like a real investigation to me. That really has much
Mhm.
integrity. That they really and truly wanted to find out the veracity of the allegation that money is being Texas tax dollars designed for children in schools in Texas were being spent to bail out failed schools in Colorado. That didn't sound like a real investigation to me. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and I think there are some experts we talked to that felt like that was the case as well. That they could have done a lot more,
Okay.
to look into that, and who felt that essentially what it did was just, try to challenge the media stories that had been published rather than look into the financial health. It seems like they didn't even, yeah, looked into the compliance. They said that, they have to, the only thing that they're beholden to is the performance contract with the districts, and it didn't seem like they looked much into that either, in a
Okay.
sense that, yeah, the contract said that they have to have a positive, a positive cash flow, and that didn't even happen.
They didn't even have that. Money just disappeared out of Ector, and Ector County Schools, rather than dig into it or have at least a minute curiosity, basically said, we're just going to end the contract with TFS," and that was it.
I think a lot of people were not happy with that report and all the, that it failed to answer all the questions that they had.
Josephine Lee with the Texas Observer has done several stories. Look up the Observer, contribute to the Texas Observer too, if you would, to help fund great journalism like that Josephine is doing for the Observer. And we will look forward to your next reporting. And thank you.